Welcome to eWIC 101. This webinar will review basic information about eWIC and how eWIC will work in Maryland. This webinar is the first in a series of 6 webinars to prepare you for eWIC implementation. The trainings include eWIC 101, what you need to know about vendor preparation, participant transaction, frequently asked questions, eWIC policies, and eWIC and WOW. You will also be attending hands-on training at the training center approximately 1 week prior to going live in your clinic. Okay, the webinar objectives. We will be discussing common terms and acronyms used for eWIC. We'll be reviewing the role of the eWIC processor, which is SOLUTRAN'EBT services, review the role of the local agency, and provide an overview of food benefit issuance and transaction. So what is eWIC? eWIC is the term used by Maryland to describe issuance of food benefits to participants via electronic benefit transfer. EBT is like using a debit card for purchasing WIC foods. There will be no more checks. Benefits will be loaded onto an eWIC card. Maryland's eWIC card will look like the picture on the right. Please note the term EBT will not be used in Maryland to avoid confusion with SNAP and SNAP benefits. Maryland's eWIC processor is SOLUTRAN'EBT services. SOLUTRAN is well known for its financial transaction processing and is currently Maryland's processor for paper checks. SOLUTRAN is responsible for the behind-the-scenes functionality of eWIC transactions and will speak directly to WOW. SOLUTRAN will also be responsible for eWIC customer service, including phone support via an interactive voice response system and a web portal via the internet that clients may use to report lost cards, change in PIN, to review balance, and transaction information. Participants will use their eWIC card to purchase WIC foods. Vendors will be paid through their credit and debit system. So what's the role of a local agency? WIC itself will not be changing. No jobs will be lost. Local agency staff roles can remain the same, and you will continue to provide the quality services you already do. The difference is that individual participant food packages are combined for the household and issued to the family's eWIC account, so the food packages can be accessed with the eWIC card. Again, the eWIC card will replace all checks. Okay, the role of the eWIC pilot. Pilot clinics have many roles, including testing the functionality of new WOW screens and equipment specific to eWIC. They will be verifying approved products on the authorized product list, which we'll talk about in a few more minutes. They'll be evaluating and making recommendations on clinic flow. And also, we will be assessing participant and staff views related to eWIC in those pilot areas. Most functions in WOW will remain unchanged. The changes you will see in WOW will be on the screens connected with food package assignment and benefit issuance. A few new screens in the benefit issuance area will be added. Those changes are necessary to implement eWIC. Changes to WOW will be reviewed in the webinar, eWIC and WOW. You will receive hands-on training on the new WOW screens at the training center approximately 1 week prior to going live in your clinic. Benefit issuance. Food packages will continue to be assigned on the food prescription screen. Each participant will continue to have an individual food package prescribed. One change to note is that a scheduled day will no longer need to be assigned. The start date will be the date that the family account is created. The start date cannot be changed. For example, when a family comes in to be certified on August 4th, the start date for benefits will be August 4th. End date will be 30 days later. This would be September 3rd. Please note that if a participant is certified on the 29th, 30th, or 31st of a month, their start date will be the 28th. So their 30-day spend period would end on the 27th of the following month. That way, each participant will have a 30-day spend period. Again, this will be discussed further at the eWIC and WOW webinar and during hands-on training. The benefits will be issued on the Issue Benefits screen. Instead of individual participant checks being printed, the benefits are combined for the household and will be issued to the eWIC account in WOW. It's important to note that we will no longer be referring to checks. Instead, we will be referring to benefits. Each individual participant's benefits in the family will be combined into a household benefit. You can think of this as multiple deposits into a single checking account. This example shows how the 3 different participant benefits are grouped together in one account. You have Participant 1, Participant 2, and Participant 3. Again, each having their individual food package prescription, but they will be combined in one household benefit account. Every family eWIC account will have only one cardholder assigned. The family eWIC information will be associated with the cardholder. The head of household will normally be the cardholder. There may be circumstances where the cardholder will be someone other than the head of household, such as the head of household is bedridden, the head of household is sanctioned, or the head of household's work schedule prohibits attending WIC appointments. Proof of identity is required for the cardholder. Refer to policy 2.23 for acceptable proofs of identification. The date of birth will also be required to be entered for the cardholder, even if the cardholder is not a participant in WIC. Proxies. Maryland WIC will continue to allow 2 proxies for a family. The proxy will not have a separate eWIC card. The proxy will be required to show proof of identity when they come into the office for any appointments or when benefits are loaded onto the family's eWIC card. Again, refer to policy 2.23 for acceptable forms of identification. Every WIC staff computer that is used for WOW will be equipped with a card reader like the one that's shown on the right. The function of the card reader is to read the 16-digit card number, which is also called the primary account number, or PAN. The card reader serves 2 purposes. Staff swipe the card to assign the card to the cardholder, and staff can also swipe the card to make the family active when the family comes in for an appointment. Each card has a unique number and is linked to that specific cardholder, again, usually the head of household, not to the individual participants. Okay, as a review, there's only one assigned cardholder per family. The card is issued to the cardholder. A signature is required when issuing an eWIC card to the cardholder. The signature will be captured as part of the Rights and Responsibilities form. The card is not active until the cardholder sets a PIN for that specific card. Each clinic will have a few PIN selection devices, or PIN pads, so cardholders can set their initial PIN in the clinic. The PIN can be set or reset via eWIC processor's customer service manned by SOLUTRAN'EBT staff and not Maryland WIC staff via the phone. Also through the eWIC processor's website via the internet, or through the PIN selection device at the WIC office. The card number and PIN are required to complete any transaction at a vendor. The eWIC card will have the household benefit, which has been loaded onto the eWIC account by the WIC staff. The household benefit will include all individual participants' benefits, which will be combined in the account. eWIC household benefits will continue to have the first and last date of use, but will start and end on a specific date of the month. There will no longer be schedule days. Benefits will not be carried over after the last date of use. This will be discussed further at hands-on training prior to eWIC implementation. Once the account is set up and benefits are issued, how will the participants know what foods have been issued if they have no checks to look at? Well, after benefits are issued in WOW to the eWIC account, a family shopping list can be printed. It will include the food item, quantity, and start and end date. Here's an example of Maryland's shopping list. Again, if you look, the benefits are valid from July 20th through August 19th, a 30-day spend period. The Print Shopping List button will be on the Issue Benefits screen. This button will be grayed out until benefits are issued. It is during the shopping experience that the Authorized Product List, or APL, comes into play. The APL is a database of all foods authorized by the Maryland WIC program. The APL will include thousands of UPCs and PLUs for WIC-approved items. Just as a reminder, the UPC, or the Universal Product Code, or barcode, that you see on the products is shown on your left. It is used by grocery stores to scan items so that they know what items are purchased and what cost is for that specific item. The PLU, or price lookup code, that you see on the bananas is used for produce. Now it's time to shop. Cardholders will use their eWIC card at the grocery store to pay for the food benefits they have selected. The eWIC card and PIN is used to access the account when benefits are purchased at the vendor. You can think of this as using a debit card for making purchases from a checking account. Benefit balance or remaining food balance for the family account will print on the store receipt. All food items do not need to be purchased in one visit. Even one item of a monthly benefit can be purchased in one shopping trip. At the grocery store or pharmacy, first the cardholder selects the WIC foods for purchase with the help of their authorized foods list and shopping list. It is recommended to separate WIC foods in the checkout lane. The participant will ask the cashier when to swipe their eWIC card. This could be before or after items are scanned. When scanned, the UPC on a selected food will be checked against the APL by the cash register system in the store. For example, a cardholder selects Cheerios because they are on our authorized foods list. When scanned, the register will check the APL for Cheerios and get the approval. Next, the electronic benefit account is checked for adequate ounces of cereal remaining to cover the Cheerios box purchase. If there are enough ounces, the benefit account will be debited the number of ounces for that Cheerios box. Foods can be rejected if there is an inadequate balance on the account. In another example, the cardholder might bring up Honey Nut Cheerios because they forgot their authorized foods list. Honey Nut Cheerios are not a WIC-approved food and therefore are not in the APL. When scanned, the cash register will get a message saying that it is not allowed, or in some stores it may be charged but not to the eWIC account. Foods not on the APL will not go through, and clerks cannot override this, which is different from the current check system. This process could vary slightly between vendors, and we will have more information again at hands-on training within your local agency. You can imagine how important it is going to be for a cardholder to know what their benefit balance is when they go shopping. They won't have a check to remind them. Information about benefit balance in the family's account can be accessed from several sources. First, you can see a sample grocery store receipt that during each transaction, the participant will receive, or the cardholder will receive, a receipt that will have the remaining balance listed on the bottom of the receipt. Also, the eWIC processor's customer service line via phone will have an automated customer service response system that will provide benefit balance. The eWIC processor's website via the internet will also have online benefit balance. In our WIC clinics, a participant can come in and ask for their balance. And we will be having a mobile app in conjunction with our implementation of eWIC pilot and rollout, which will be very beneficial. We have a few items for clinics that will be posted. First, we have a poster that will again be throughout your clinics, and they can be used at every station for certification as well. This will again just say eWIC's coming soon, we'll have no more paper checks, buy the food you need when you need it. eWIC is simple, easy to check out, and you can take your eWIC card and your shopping list to the store with you. Very easy. You can see its Spanish translation on the side as well. Next, we have 6-month participant inserts, which will be given out 6 months prior to rollout or implementation. These inserts are in English and Spanish. The 6-month insert, again, just says we're getting ready for eWIC. It's simple. There's faster checkout, same information from the poster. Take your card and your shopping list with you. It's convenient. You buy the food you need each time you shop, and it's safe. There's no more paper checks. So again, this is just to let our participants know that we are getting ready to go into the electronic world. You will receive more information from your coordinator about the inserts. So questions about eWIC. If you have any questions, please submit them to your coordinator, and your coordinator will submit those questions to the state office. I'll finish up this webinar with 3 slides that the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene have asked us to share when we do any public presentations. These slides are on the Zika virus. We really want to note that it generally is an asymptomatic, mild virus, but it does infect, when infecting a pregnant woman, can cause serious birth defects. The Zika virus is primarily spread through a bite of an infected mosquito, and is also can be sexually transmitted. As of now, all Zika cases in Maryland have been related to travel or sexual transmission, and there have been no local transmissions from Maryland mosquitoes. It's important to be aware of standing water. These Zika mosquitoes breed in standing water, so we want to make sure we're emptying all standing water in containers like buckets, planters, toys, bird baths, flower pots, bottles, and even bottle caps and tires, things that are just sitting around. We want to try to avoid mosquito bites. We want to apply insect repellent, wear lightweight pants and long sleeve shirts, and keep window screens in good condition. In some areas there also are mosquito control technicians that are there to help, so again we want to greet them if you happen to see them in your area. Now, this is the mosquito that is infected, can be infected with the Zika virus. Again, we want to try to stay away from these type of mosquitoes and be sure that, again, we're removing all that standing water around our yard or area. Finally, we have a few links for a Zika town hall that was from DHMH, as well as the DHMH website for Zika, and that is kept up to date with all the current information from the Center of Disease Control. Also, if you have questions and they're not answered through the town hall or on the website, you can submit a question. And that would be zika.questions health@maryland.gov. And again, go to these websites frequently to find out information. And each of your local agencies or your health departments will have different procedures to follow, and again, you'll learn that information from your coordinator or during staff meetings within your health department or agency. Okay. That is the end of our eWIC 101 webinar. We thank you for viewing this webinar, and our journey on eWIC has begun. Thank you.